got it. You got it. You got it, y'all. You got it, y'all. We going. Come in. We going.
Who are the real descendants of the tribes of Israel? You have a group of pale-skinned people that both claim they are the descendants of the northern and southern tribe. You have the Mormons, a mix of the Mormons and the pale-skinned $5 Siberian Indians that claim they're the descendants of Shem over here. And then you have the white goose over there that claim that they're the descendants of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They fit not one description, physically, prophetically, or spiritually, of these people, and everybody knows it, but they continue to be pushed as a people worldwide, and not one nation of people questions it. I just showed you a clip in the beginning of here, and I'm going to show you a ton of clips, and we're going to get to the bottom. Who fits the physical description of the Israelites and the American Indians, the American Israelites over here? Physical powerhouses, can sing, dance better than anybody on the planet, are linked to the highest forms of spirituality, meaning the high priest of the world, the high priest of the planet. Again, let's get into the physical aspect. I just showed you that video at the beginning of that Caucasian man being scared by two black guys on the street just joking around with him. Who are the real athletic freaks known as Judah? Judah was terrifying for people. Judah was a physical threat. He was the most physically strong person on the planet. He had superhuman strength. Judah had superhuman strength. And the Lord showed me favor in all my works, both in the field and in the house. I know that I raced a hind, and I caught it, and prepared the meat for my father, and he did eat. And the roes I used to master in the chase, and overtake all that was in the plains. He was faster than every animal on the planet. Isn't that what the Most High told Adam? Wasn't that commandment to be the master of all this creation, and be the controller of all this creation? How can you control a creation you're not faster and stronger than? Judah here tells you, I wasn't slower, I wasn't weaker than any animal out there. Every form of creature I can break down, I can outrun, I can defeat in battle. A wild mare I overtook. He's outrunning horses. That sounds like the description of the Indians I'm going to describe to you. Let's keep on going. We're going to see who fits the description of these people. I'm going to show you side by side videos of these white Jews and white pretendians versus videos of us and our athleticism and our spirituality. We're going to see who fits the descriptions of Judah here from the Testaments of the 12 Patriarchs. I slew a lion and plucked the kid out of his mouth. I took a bear by the paw and hurled it down the cliff, and it was crushed. He is throwing bears down cliffs. He's ripping lambs out of lions' mouths. I outran a wild boar, and seizing it as I ran, I ripped it in half. I tore it asunder. So he's outrunning wild boars, and while running with it, just ripping them in. A leopard in Hebron leaped on my dog, and I caught it by the tail, and I hurled it on the rocks, and it was broken in twain. I found a wild ox feeding in the fields, and seizing it by the horns, whirling it around and stunning it, I cast it around. This is what he was just doing to the animals, let alone what he was doing to giants. Every descendant of Shem, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were giant slayers, meaning they had the supernatural strength to fight for days, to fight people who were bigger than them, way bigger than them. Entire armies are terrified of Judah. They're keeping track of him in battle. Where is Judah? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men are terrified of this dude because of his superhuman abilities, his superhuman strength. He's picking up 60-pound rocks and chucking them at horses and killing them at the spot, taking out 4 giant kings by himself. Oh, we're not done. I've done it. If you guys want to get more into this, I'm going to do a crash 10-minute TikTok video on this, but I have almost an hour-long video on Judah and his superhuman abilities that I did over a year ago on my YouTube. Jacob was a warrior as well. You're going to see this too, that it comes from his bloodline, the chosen bloodline. 12 cubits high, Jacob is taken out, and he was in an old age. He was in an old age. Look at this, 12 sons of Jacob taking on entire cities, just scaling the walls of cities by themselves and clearing the city by the afternoon. How do you, as 12 people, clear an entire city who are waiting for you, who fortified your city because they knew you were coming? All 12 of the sons of Jacob. Ah, shit, here they come. Scaling the walls of the city, and by the end of the day, that whole city is perished. Everybody in there is done, unalived. The men, the valiant men, some of these dudes were giants. Some of these tribes were giants, and they were clearing out these cities by the end of the day.
Why aren't Jewish people good at sports? Well, some Jewish people are, although in general, Jews are not universally recognized for their athleticism.
All of you, go to the book of Jasher and read chapter 54. This is why they're scared of you. This is why the police immediately pull their sidearms on you and take you out. This is why they cross to the other side of the street. This is why you dominate athletics in everything you do. They're terrified of you because you come from the 12 sons of Jacob. And Judah said, behold, the fire of Shem burneth in my heart. The fire of Shem burneth in my heart. Remember, Judah and the rest of the brothers that came to Egypt, they didn't know they're talking to Joseph here on the throne. They didn't know they're talking to Joseph. And they thought that Judah was just going to do what he usually does, which is physically dominate and intimidate everybody he goes up against. And he thought he was going to do that to the Pharaoh here, who's really Joseph. And Joseph is mocking him. He's pulling up events that only an Israelite, only a son of Jacob would know about them. And he's rubbing it in his face that you're not good people. You sold your brother off. I know this about you. And Judah's getting frustrated. How do you know this stuff about us? How do you know this stuff about me? He's pissing Judah off, and Judah starts to get physical with it. Let's see what he does. So Judah gets upset, and he grabs a giant boulder, a giant rock, a giant stone figure or piece of art that's sitting in this room with them. He grabs it, throws it up in the air, catches it with his other hand. Remember, this is him showing his superhuman strength to try to intimidate Joseph, who he doesn't know is his brother. Jumps up on top of it and just crushes it under his feet, like on some anime shit. Just by jumping on this rock, this giant boulder, he crushes it underneath his feet, in a feat of strength that got Joseph shook. He remembers his big brother. Oh shit, that's Judah. There he goes. But Joseph said, okay, bet. And he looks over at his son, and he tells his son to do the same thing. And Judah says, what the hell is going on here? There's no way you're an Egyptian. Judah says straight up to him, there's no way you are of the house, you're an Egyptian. You have to be an Israelite. You have to be of the son of Jacob if you're able to physically do that. Judah said, behold, I will destroy 3 of the streets with my strength alone. Then Judah hastened and drew his sword and uttered a loud and bitter scream. And when he did, he caused terror. He caused the terror of everybody that was up there in Egypt. He screamed so loud it caused an earthquake, and the shriek was heard at a distance, and all the inhabitants of Succoth heard it, and all of Egypt quaked at the sound of Judah's roar. And also the walls of Egypt and of the land of Goshen fell in from the shaking of the earth. That's superhuman abilities right there. Judah's roar was so powerful. All of Egypt shook and walls were breaking. And also the pregnant women of Egypt and Goshen miscarried when they heard the shriek. They were all terrified. It says in the Testaments of the 12th patriarch that Judah has an angel of strength with him at all times. Who are these fucking modern day Jews? Who are these modern days Khazars that can't do anything athletic, that have to use American white boys to fight their battles? Are these guys the descendants of Judah? Huh? Or is this guy the descendant of Judah? Who are the descendants of Judah? This guy who wishes he had an afro, who wishes he had dreadlocks, that's why he styles that shit like that? Or do the nations fear him? Do the nations fear you? Quick, mom, take a picture of my fake afros and dreads. I'm Judah. Or is this the descendant of Judah? Under curses, not owning his own leagues, but still participating, using his unmatched athletic abilities to entertain his oppressors, like they did in Rome, like they did with the Greeks. Like every time the Jews go into servitude, they use their athletic abilities, their musical abilities, to get by and entertain their oppressors. Who's the real descendant of Judah? Who really has the angel of strength following them? Who's really the best musicians on the planet, the best dancers on the planet, the fastest on the planet, the most spiritual on the planet, the true high priest of the world, who are hated by all people, are not allowed to own anything, are continuously called bywords, have all the nations hate them, but are terrified of them? Oh, we're about to get to the American Indians next, because they're the descendants of the tribe of Joseph. They're supposed to be Shemitic as well. Judah said, I have the fire of Shem burning in my heart, before his superhuman strength got activated. The copper-colored, red-skinned, Shemitic, superpowered sons of Joseph, i.e. sons of Jacob, linked to the Israelites, direct blood descendants of the Israelites, were superhuman as well. Joseph intimidated Judah right back. Joseph had superhuman strength and abilities just like Judah. The Indians are supposed to be the tribe of Joseph that was sent over here in 60 AD, BC. AD, I mean. Who are the real copper-colored, Shemitic, freak athletes in the Americas? This potato? Or is this a real American Indian right here? Long black hair, high cheekbones, copper swarthy red skin, almost the same color as the football itself. A true redskin. Are these the athletes that they ran?
Native American runners were so fast, they made horses look slow, and the military couldn't believe it. Hopi and Zuni runners could cover over 100 miles in a single day through desert terrain in extreme heat. They ran messages between pueblos, hunted game on foot by chasing animals until they collapsed from exhaustion, and moved faster than mounted cavalry across rough country. In the 1800s, U.S. military officers documented native runners covering 70 to 80 miles in under 12 hours, while soldiers on horseback struggled to keep up.
Both the Israelites, the Jews, and the American Indians were known to be the greatest athletic freaks you have ever seen. The greatest singers and dancers and the most spiritual people on the planet. Does that go to this guy? Who's a real red-skinned physical freak that intimidate white people? Tuscaloosa literally means black warrior. The Caucasians and all other races were intimidated by the Israelites and American Indians. Do the people that are sitting there now do that?